I like to think of myself as really being socially aware.
Kept my history a mystery, but now I see the American dream wasn't meant for me. Because Lady Liberty, the hypocrisy lies to me. Promise the freedom, education, equality.
I think there should be a class on drugs. There should be a class on sex education, a real sex education class. There should be a class on police brutality. There should be a class on apartheid. There should be a class on why people are hungry, but they're not. Their class is on gym. You know, physical education. Let's learn volleyball.
Fathers of his country never cared for me. They kept my ancestors shackled up in slavery. And Uncle Sam never did a damn thing for me. Said lie about the facts in my history. Now I'm sitting here, man, cause I'm unemployed. But the government glad, cause they enjoy when my people are down, so they can screw us around. Time to change the government now, no more.
I'm a thug, and I rap about the oppressed fighting back. Yes, my raps are filled with rage.
One of these days, we gotta bust back for the homies.
You have to be logical. You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over just like throwing food around. But they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, then you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with civil rights movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask?
I put my gun away and grab my AK. It's getting hectic. I can't call it. House full of alcoholics. Now a nigga's under pressure.
But in my homeboy's high school, it's not like that. They don't have trips to go see this Broadway play, and they don't read things we were reading, and they didn't know what I was talking about when I was like, yo, Shakespeare's dope. They don't have the same experiences that we had. So then I started thinking, as the art school I went to was mostly for white kids and rich minorities. So I started going, damn, man, I would have been a totally different person had I not been exposed to these things.
I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did.
Hell no, I was living in the ghetto. We didn't have any lights and electricity. We was about to get evicted.
We want home. We want heat. We want lights. We want something to do for our children.
I thought, we're not being taught to deal with the world as it is. I think that rich people should live like poor people and poor people should live like rich people, and it should change every week.
Hunger only for a taste of justice. Hunger only for a world of truth. 'Cause all that you have is your soul.
The president stirred up a hornet's nest earlier this week when he suggested the problems of the hungry came about because they were uninformed about where to go for help.
I mean, how can Reagan live in the White House, which has a lot of rooms, and there be homelessness? And he's talking about helping homelessness.
I don't believe that there is anyone that is going hungry in America simply by reason of denial or lack of ability to feed them. It is by people not knowing where or how to get this help.
Why can't he take some of them people off the street and put them in his White House? Then he'll have people from the streets to help him with his ideas. They haven't been homeless forever. They've done things in society, but then the White House would be a little tainted because he doesn't want to get dirty. What makes my freedom less worth fighting for than Bosnians or whoever they want to fight for this year? They should give money to the ghetto. I mean, I think even gangs can be positive. It just has to be organized and has to stay away from being self-destructive to being self-productive. I organized the OGs in the East Coast and the West Coast and the penitentiaries to come up with codes of ethics for criminals. It's called the Code of Thug Life. It's a code putting order to the violence on the streets. In Watts, Compton, Chicago, wherever. We got all these people all over the country saying, yes, we go by this code. We're going to be against attacks on people that are not involved with the street gang, with the drug trade, or the illegal business at all. You know, all that kidnapping and shooting drive-bys out the car. We're against that.
It's thug like that. It ain't just a bunch of niggas going crazy. We want to control our streets. So all we saying is if every motherfucker that was out here right now gave up $1 and they put it to this Thug Life Fund, the money don't go to me, it go to somebody from your neighborhood. They take the money, and we do this shit like every month. I be bringing new rappers in here, I be bringing Snoop, whoever the fuck y'all want. I go snatch the niggas. And for that shit to happen, we can't have no violence, and everybody gotta be down for that shit.
And we're just gonna start slowly but surely taking our communities back. Regulate our community. Organize. We need to start taking care of our own. We gotta start somewhere. And I don't know about anything else, but this to me was the start.
What is the message though?
The message is that we're coming. All the people you threw away, the dope dealers and the criminals, they will be legit sitting next to you in first class, thanks to your boy. You know those little things they have for the mice, where they go through around the circle, there's little blocks for it and everything? Well, society is like that. They'll let you go as far as you want. But as soon as you start asking too many questions and you're ready to change, boom, their block will come.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
Into my world. You had a friend
I had a friend named John Cole who was blonde and had hair down to his shoulders and had blue eyes and looked like, you know, America's vision of the perfect guy. But he was all tore up inside because things had happened in his life, and he was curious like Stretch. And I was all tore up inside at the time that we met. And we met, and he had money and I didn't, and he put me through high school. That's how I got to the School of Performing Arts. He snuck me up to his house so his parents didn't see. I spent the night there and went to school. I dressed in his clothes because it was fun for him to not have, and it was fun for me to have. You know what I mean? It was fun for him to hear rap music blaring out the speakers, and it was fun. It was fun for me to show it to him. It was fun for me to hear Sting and to hear like that the Beatles had put things on the end of their records, and to know all of these like historic things about music that I never knew, that I would never have known had we not crossed paths. That has really defined who I am as an artist today, and the diversity that I can choose from today, and what I would play in my car today, and what would make me stand out is from that union. So Stretch is that. I know it. I know him. You know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with black or white. It has to do with curiosity and just being mixed up. You know, having the cultures mixed up and watching what happens when it happens. It's how it should be, I think, in the world. You know what I mean? Everybody should get a partner. You show them your hood, you show them your hood, and that's your guardian. You know what I mean? Bet you we have a lot less problems. And it's like, you know, everybody need a little help on their way to being, you know, self-reliant. I mean, if this is truly a melting pot in the country we care about, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that. And it needs to be the black kids, and if there's a white person who got money, then we need to help them. He needs to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it needs to be real. And it needs to be before we all die, and then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money. We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you got to pay your own karma. And that's when God make you punish. When God punishes you. Because I feel like, you know, there's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for $36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic, that's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1 million, $1 billion, and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way that these people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants. I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion, but can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms if you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. They don't. And then these people celebrate Christmas. They got big trees, huge trees, all the little trimmings. Everybody got gifts, and it's like stupid. And they're having a white Christmas. They're having a great Christmas, eggnog and the whole nine.